All right, here we go. Writing equations of a line in slope-intercept form. We have already worked with slope-intercept form. You guys know that it is y equals mx plus b. You also already know that the m is the slope, the b is the y-intercept. We did all of this when we were graphing. Okay, so now there are going to be three different types. Type 1, I just call this fill in the blank. And we did practice this when we started graphing, but that was probably in December. So the fill in the blank ones are just like if I tell you slope is -4, y-intercept is 5, you go through the y equals mx plus b, and this is where you fill in the m, which we said was a slope, the b, the y-intercept. So you basically just do y equals 4x, and then the y-intercept, and you have your equation. Okay, if you have slope 1/2, y-intercept -7, y equals, in place of the m, you put the 1/2, x, y-intercept, -7. And then, yes, you can graph those if need be. All right, if we have slope -2/3, y-intercept 0. Okay, remember this one. Y equals, let me go back to blue, y equals -2/3 x. You don't put the plus or minus 0. Okay, if we do the special, slope 0, y-intercept -8. Okay, remember we talked about this. Y equals 0x minus 8. We don't do that. We just do y equals -8. And then the super. So this one was special. This one is super special. Slope undefined. And this time, though, you have the x-intercept 2. Because this is the super special, and this one is one you just have to know. It's just x equals 2. Okay, so those super special ones are special in everything that we do. All right, so that's type 1, just fill in the blank. All right, so now we're going to go to type 2. So now this is where the new stuff starts, and this is something that you're going to have probably early on next year in high school. If you are given slope and a point, okay, like this. So if you are given a point, and let's just say slope is 4. Once you figure this out, you do the same thing every time. You use the slope formula, except you kind of used instead of doing the whole y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, you do slope equals y minus x minus. And then what you do is you fill in the slope, and then you have to fill in these two places every time. And I promise you, once you figure it out, it's the same thing over and over. Okay, so here's what you do. Slope formula, slope equals 4. And I'm going to put it over 1 so that I have a fraction and a fraction. Equals y minus x minus. Now remember, this is x, this is y. So y minus 3, x minus 2. And then basically what you have is an equation, a proportion, and you just multiply 1 times y minus 3 equals 4 times x minus 2. Okay, you distribute. So y minus 3 equals 4x minus 8, and you've got to get it into slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, so you just have to rewrite it to get the y alone. So add 3 to both sides. Y equals 4x minus 5, and that's your equation. And then you could even go back and graph this if you had to. All right, so let's try this one. Let's just say we have a point for -5. Slope is -2. All right, so here we go. Slope formula, remember, the m equals y minus x minus, and again, you fill in the slope and these 2 points. All right, so here we go. Ready? Slope, -2 over 1 equals y minus -5 over x minus 4. Now, I would change this right away to y plus 5. Make your life easier. All right, cross multiply. 1 times y plus 5 equals -2 times x minus 4. Now, I always put the y on the left side just because my equation is going to be y equals, so I set it up. And then we solve. Y plus 5 equals, distribute just like you do with equations, -2x plus 8. Subtract the 5 because the y has to be alone. Y equals -2x plus 3. Done. All right, let me have you try this one by yourself. Okay, so I want you to try this one. Just hit pause, try it, and then come back. So, -3, -2, watch the signs. Slope 5. All right, so here we go. Hopefully you set it up. 5 over 1, y minus a -2, so I'm going to say y plus 2, over x plus 3. Now, if you have to go through and label these every time, label them. Not a big deal. All right, so now I'm going to cross multiply again. 1 times y plus 2 equals 5 times x plus 3. So distributing the 1, obviously, y plus 2, 5x plus 15 minus 2, y equals 5x plus 13. All right, are we good with those? Okay, so here we go. Number 4. What if, so now it's still 5, 2, but now I'm going to give you a slope of 1/3. All right, so now for this one, still same setup. 1/3 equals y minus x minus. If you need to label them so you don't forget, y minus 2, x minus 5. Still cross multiply, but now be careful because this time it's 3 times y minus 2 equals 1 times x minus 5. So 3y minus 6 equals x minus 5. So this one's going to have a little more work. Add the 6. 3y equals x plus 1. Now, this time, because of the number in front of the y, you've got to divide everything by 3. So y equals, because that one canceled, 1/3 x, because remember there's always this 1 in front of the x, plus 1/3. And you are going to have y-intercepts that are fractions. That's going to happen. I'm just not going to have you graph one that would have a y-intercept as a fraction. Okay, so next, If you want to try this one, you can stop the video, try it real quick, and then see if you match. Slope negative 2/3. Okay, with a negative, just be careful because you have to pick. Okay, when you do the slope, you can't put the negative with both. I always put it with the top number. Equals. Here we go. Same setup. This is x, this is y. Okay, it's y minus negative 4, so plus 4. X minus negative 3, so x plus 3. Okay, cross multiply, same process every time. 3 times y plus 4 equals, watch your negative, negative 2 times x plus 3. Okay, distribute. 3y plus 12 equals negative 2x minus 6. Now, solving it like normal, y, because you got to have y equals, okay, the mx plus b. So subtract the 12. Subtract the 12. You're at 3y equals negative 2x minus 18. Divide everything by 3. Y equals negative 2/3 x minus 6, because this time it divided evenly. All right, so now I definitely need you to try this one alone. Okay, ordered pair 5, 0, slope 3/4. So hit pause, work out this one, see what happens. All right, here's what your setup should have been. 3/4 equals y minus 0, x minus 5. Still, same process, cross multiply. 4 times y minus 0 equals 3 times x minus 5. Distribute 4y minus 0, or at that point I probably would have dropped the 0, 3x minus 15. So I am at 4y equals 3x minus 15. Just have to get rid of the 4 in the front, so divide everything by 4. Y equals 3/4 x minus 15 over 4. That doesn't simplify, so you're left with it. All right, hopefully you're picking up on the pattern. All right, we've got 2 left. So, number 7. Okay, this is a special. Negative 7/3, slope 0. Okay, so you have to remember 0 slope. Where is the 0 located? Numerator or denominator? Should be numerator. So just do 0, and just like we did with all the other whole numbers, put it over 1. Okay, then you're back to normal. Y minus 3, x minus a negative, so plus 7. Okay, cross multiply. 1 times y minus 3 equals 0 times x plus 7. Y minus 3 equals 0 times all of this is just 0. Y needs to be alone still, so add the 3 over. Y equals 3. Because remember, these are the special ones. They're special when you graph. They're special when you write the equations. Okay. All right. One last one. Negative 8, negative 2. And if these are probably the two, you're going to come back and look at the notes over and over. Slope undefined. Okay, so this time, remember, where is the 0 for undefined? It is under the line. So put 1 over 0. So you kind of have to remember 0 slope, 0 over 1, undefined, 1 over 0 equals y minus a negative, so plus 2, over, and again, if you need to mark them, x plus 8, cross multiply again. 0 times y plus 2 equals 1 times x plus 8. So this time 0 equals x plus 8. Okay, so this is the one situation where instead of the y alone, you have an x. So x equals -8. So that is your equation. Because remember, undefined slope and zero slope are those two special ones. All right, that's it for today. Tomorrow you're going to have some of this practice, and it's just going to be set it up, cross multiply, same process over and over. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.